Disillusion. This game is a 2.5D philosophical dungeon crawler about climbing a fabled tower in order to escape samsara, a hidden new concept in which the soul is reborn over and over again due to the karma one accumulates in their past life. You play as what the game describes as a golem who tries to pass each floor without getting lost or killed. Each enemy you encounter is actually another person who has gone mad from being endlessly killed and reborn only to continue trying to climb the tower. It has only become a duty for many people to try and reach the top of this place, and nobody really understands why outside the player. The game does take some motifs from the original Dark Souls story, but I'm not going to call it a Souls-like because I don't like having massive fat cocks shoved up my arse. Every level of the game is laid out like a maze with many different things to interact with. Other characters you can talk to or fight. In fact, some characters you can ditch fighting in the first place and get rewarded XP by, if you know what dialogue options to pick. CRT screens which reward you with items or strange cutscenes, portals which can take you to other areas, scenes and characters, and merchants who you can exchange dust with for armour, weapons and potions. You also enter special levels in which you will be chased by a freakish monster that can go through walls. The layout of each maze is very different. Some are exceptionally easy to navigate while others are much harder. It doesn't help that some of the worst levels to navigate are pretty great in music. Speaking of music, this game's music is weird. There are a few that really do well at imitating tinnitus. However, there are many songs that are very nice to listen to. Many moody, atmospheric songs with tons of sampling, taking roots from vaporwave to an extent. I especially like that song that plays in a hospital where Mel dresses up in a nurse costume in order to visit a dementia patient. Oh yeah, Mel. Mel, or Melpomene, Melpomene? Melpomene? Yeah, Melpomene is the main deuteragonist of this game, and your faithful travelling buddy. From the beginning of your interactions with her on the second floor, she is implied to have a much larger knowledge of the tower and its odysseys, which is proven to be true as the game goes on. She is a muse and has ambiguous but obvious power over the in-game world. She has 8 sisters, making up the original 9 muses of the Greek pantheon. She makes my pee-wee tingle. This game takes a lot of spiritual and religious concepts and meshes them together to form an interesting plot, but I'll be lying if I said it made much sense to me. It's a gunfight. Your life on the line with your rep. It's a gunfight. High noon fight to the death. It's a gunfight. Don't bring no knives, no fists. It's a gunfight. Combat in this game sucks. It's all turn-based and it does require some strategy. However, almost every other battle is slow and unsatisfying. Many enemies prefer to buff their defense or lower your attack and rarely actually damage you apart from slinging incomprehensible insults at you. Poisoning is also a thing. Yeah, poisoning is also a thing. You need antidotes to cure poison, and they are very uncommon in the game world. Are the most expensive consumables sold by merchants usually. Never bother to test if you are naturally cured of poison as time goes on, because I couldn't be bothered to. Apart from that, you'll find a very diverse cast of enemies to do battle with. I can't be bothered to list them all, but there are lots. There are 5 main bosses to this game, 4 of which are required to be, and the final boss which can be skipped depending on your choices. The 4 required bosses are just boring tower guards that every adventurer must defeat in order to advance, but the final boss is Mel's sister? I can't actually remember. I don't have my original save file. She wants to take control of life and death in this world, and if you side with her, you get what can be described as the bad ending, based on the atmosphere and the cutscene, as well as just being brought back to the main menu. If you choose to defy her, you'll begin the boss battle, which is kind of easy and tedious. I think she has 4,000 or 5,000 health, I don't know. After defeating her, you get the good ending, I think. I do not know. I just know that it sets Mel free or something, and she just fucks off as you finally find peace in this world. This game is alright. It's a bit clunky in lots of ways, but I like the atmosphere and exploring, coming across new characters to talk to, learning new moves which break up the crappiness of the combat. I would recommend this game if you have 6 hours spare that you would otherwise be using to think about hugging hot babes. I don't know. Hot babes like Mel.